Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining.
And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up.
It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks Slats, joined with my guy, Mr. Big Bob Ben Larson. We are live and direct on a Sunday. Happy to be here. We got a lot to fucking talk about tonight. NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals, and we got a ton of fucking MLB to talk about. A lot of rumors, a lot of news, a lot of shit happening. Just had the biggest series of the year between the Yankees and Dodgers, which we'll definitely touch on. So thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure to download the Sharps app, SHARPZ. Download it to your mobile device. Use it to track your bets. Become a better. Sharps app. Use promo code JORD517. It's free to download, free to use. So go do that right now. Thank you. That being said, how we doing on this Sunday night, Benjamin?
Fucking exhausted, man. Was out in the sun all morning. Got a nice round of golf in.
Nice.
Shot at 84, so I'm happy on that. It's
Hell yeah, that's a good. Good day.
Yeah.
Or did you play 9-hole course?
Yeah, maybe. Was that a deep one? So,
I like deep.
It's not a
golf.
long 18, but it's
a fun one though.
It's a good 18, yeah. So we're stoked. We're gonna have my buddy who was out there playing golf with. We're gonna have him on the show on Tuesday to talk some golf, talk some bets for next weekend.
U.S. Open, baby.
Yep, and get things going there. So stoked about that. I mean, it's always nice to be out on the greens. So
yeah.
How's your weekend?
Our U.S. Open show is gonna be very easy. Who do you think should win the U.S. Open? Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty. Yeah. It sounds like Scotty.
Not that I would bet him because there's just no value in doing it. I mean he wins, so I guess you could say there's value, but it's tough to in a golf tournament where there's 100 plus players laying like -5 or +500. It's outrageous. When it's gonna get to the point where it did 20 years ago, Ben, with Tiger Woods, or I should say 24-ish years ago with Tiger, when it was just like the bet was, are you taking Tiger or the field?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can get +240.
Hold on who? The field?
Odds to win the U.S. Open.
The field?
Scotty Scheffler.
He's +240 to win the U.S. Open?
+240.
That is insane, dude. That is so fucking low. Like, that's not even worth it.
Yep.
+240. You're better off waiting until the first round and hoping that he fucking has a bad day.
Yep.
And then get him the next day. But to the point where, we played what's his face? Who won that tournament 2 weeks ago? Why my name's already fucking drawing?
McIntyre.
No, McIntyre. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 weeks ago. When he had a 4-stroke lead on Scotty Scheffler.
Oh,
I forget who. I already forget. But it doesn't really matter. But the point is that Scotty Scheffler was like +100 to win, and he was 4 strokes back on the final day. Like, that's insane, dude. Like, that's nearly impossible. You know what I mean? So that's how good Scotty Scheffler is. And don't get me wrong, like, Scotty Scheffler is by far and away the best golfer on the planet right now. It's not even fucking close. And we even said last year, for those of us that follow PGA closely and bet it every weekend, if Scotty could just putt, he probably would have won, 10 to 15 tournaments last year. Like, he lost because he couldn't putt, and now he's figured out how to putt it. He's the best ball striker in the world. He's incredible, dude. It's absolutely insane. But there is a lot of talented golfers on the PGA Tour, so I think it's a little bit different than when Tiger played, because Tiger was by far and away the best player. And while I do think Scotty is the best player, I do think that there's a lot of good players in the PGA. And, Ben On is someone who I consider like Scotty last year. Like, if Ben On could fucking putt,
yeah, his
career would be so much different, and he can't. So he's struggling. But I'll save this all for our US Open pod. Let's talk so NBA Finals Game 2 happened tonight. For those of you that live under a fucking rock. Surprisingly, someone important tweeted out that the NBA Finals Game 1, Ben, was like the lowest watch NBA Finals in forever.
I'm telling you, 7 days off is not good.
Yeah, I didn't think that was like. Someone asked me, like, why do you think that is? And I was like, well, shit, they didn't play for like 9 days.
9 days. What? Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Oh no, they lost its momentum. They totally lost its momentum.
I think the Stanley Cup did too, in a way too. They had a hell of a long break.
I want to say they had like 4 days.
No, they finished like last Saturday, man. And the NBA Finals finished on Thursday.
Let's see.
Or was it Friday? It was either Friday or Saturday, one of those days.
Let's see here. NHL played June 8th was okay. So June 8th was the first.
Yeah, they were off a minute too.
Saturday, June 8th, yeah, and Sunday, June 2nd was the last day of the Edmonton Dallas. So
6 days.
Yeah, 5 days off. The sixth day was game 1.
They got to fix that shit.
Yep.
I think this is gonna be the last year that happens too.
Yeah. Well, and just think about Florida too. Like Florida, they finished their game or their series a day ahead, so they got an extra. So they had a full week off.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they came out slow. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. But NBA Finals, so Boston takes the first 2 games 2-0. I honestly thought Dallas was going to win the second. I knew they were going to get blown out the first game, but I really thought they were going to win the second game. We can talk about officiating. It was pretty questionable tonight, but nonetheless, like, the Mavericks need to play better.
Yeah, well, they had their opportunities, and I think the biggest one here is, the total turnovers 15-11, but the big thing is the points conceded off of turnovers 21-12, and that's something that they have to do is just protect that ball better. If you take, you take those 4 turnovers and take away the points that they conceded off of those, it's a single point victory by Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot they got to do better, because Boston didn't have a great game today either, and like, you got to take advantage of that if you're the Mavericks. Like, the Mavericks didn't shoot well from 3 either today. That was a big reason why they lost too, because a lot of their game relies on the 3-point shot. But Jason Kidd is a better coach in my opinion than Joe Mazzulla, and I expected him to make adjustments, and he did. I just think the Mavs just didn't capitalize, and I expected things to be a little bit different in Dallas. But I mean, like, Dallas has their backs up against the wall now. Going, I wouldn't say up against the wall, but I mean, like, because Boston held home court. That's what they're supposed to do, and now Dallas gets to go home, but they have to hold home court. They cannot allow Boston to take one of these games. If Boston wins one of these games, I think the series is over. So it's important for Dallas to take over, and also Luka doesn't look 100% either. I will say that he looks a little banged up. But I am looking forward to the series. Dallas opened 2-point favorites for Game 3. It's already been bet down in most places. So I think Dallas is either going to close like +1 or it's going to be even money around there, which I think is correct because, Boston was 7-point favorites at home. It's not a 7-point swing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I definitely think Boston should probably be like 2-point favorites on the road. I'm not saying that they're going to win both games or they're going to win one. I'm just saying they should be favorited.
Yeah.
Slight favorite on the road. With all that being said, we got futures on the Mavs, so we need them to come back.
Yeah.
And hopefully they do.
I think they come out strong in Game 3. I think they're going to have to.
Yeah.
But having that home court, having the fans there, I think that will definitely push them up a little bit. It's going to be up to Boston to weather that storm, and it's a team that can do it, but hopefully it's just not enough for Boston at the end.
They're going to need Luka and Kyrie to really come out and have great games.
Yeah.
All right, let's move over to the Stanley Cup playoffs real quick. So Florida won 2-0. I mean, they got absolutely outplayed, dude. Like
3.
Yes. Or yeah, they had that empty netter.
Yeah.
But Florida got absolutely outplayed. Like the Oilers were the better team. If anybody watched that game, you would agree. The Oilers just have to capitalize on their opportunities. Bobrovsky really fucking stood on his head. Like that was an incredible performance by Bobrovsky. I don't know if he could duplicate that.
Oh, he has been. That's the crazy
not
thing.
like that though, man. He had 3 breakaway stops. It was incredible. He
has
insane.
been. That's the crazy part. I mean, maybe not putting a bagel up, but he has been playing out of his mind. And that's something that you need from you need from a goalie to win a championship. So it's up to Skinner now to come out and match that, because that's what he's gonna have to do.
Skinner's not.
He didn't have a bad game, but
yeah, Skinner didn't have a bad game.
No.
I will say this though, is obviously I'm not a hockey guy first and foremost. I'll throw that out there and I'll keep it a buck. However, watching that game, I do feel more confident about the Oilers winning the series. I know they lost the game, but I'm watching that and I'm like, dude, there's no fucking way that Florida can win another game like that. That's a one-off, dude.
No, it won't, because they won't come out and put out another 18 shots. But I'm going to go the complete opposite here, because I think there are 2 stats that really say what was showing in that game, and that is 3. The first is hits. Florida came out and out hit Edmonton 57-32. They almost doubled it and showed the grit that they have to play this game. The second is faceoffs. Faceoffs percentage was 60-40. You have to win them, especially in your offensive zone. And that's what we saw on the first Florida goal. I think it was the first Florida goal, where they won that offensive faceoff and put it in. And the third is block shots. Surprising to me that it wasn't backwards here, with Florida only having 18 shots compared to Edmonton's 32. Florida blocked 21 shots compared to Edmonton's 15.
Yeah, but I mean, Florida barely shot the puck. They didn't get it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think we will. No, Irv was saying he was trying to join the Zoom.
Well, that's because we have a new link.
Yeah. I don't think we'll see a game like this where you don't have Florida shooting 18 shots compared to Edmonton's 32. I think with Florida coming out and putting up a dud and still coming away with a 3-0 win, 2-0 because of the empty netter, I think that's very telling for where this series is going to go.
I think the Oilers won the series.
I don't think it's going to be a sweep, but I think Florida's got this. I wish I played it.
No, I don't. I think the Oilers are going to win the series. But like I said, I am not a hockey guy. So, with that being said, take my opinion with a grain of salt. But I just watching that game, Edmonton was. I know Florida out hit them, but that was because Edmonton was basically on the offensive the entire game. Florida was barely on the offensive. That game was I'm telling you, dude. I'm watching that game and without even looking at a stats or anything, I'm like, dude, Edmonton is dominating this fucking game, man. How the fuck are they losing?
And they still lost.
And
they're not going to out dominate every single game.
And it reminds me a lot of the Sharks run, dude. The Sharks would dominate games and they'd have 50 shots and one goal, dude. It was just just couldn't get past it. But I do believe in this Edmonton team because I think they showed throughout the Western Conference playoffs that they're a better defensive team than most people gave them credit for the whole entire season. So I think this series, I think they win game 2, and I think they go back to Edmonton and they take care of business out there. And I think they win the series, bro. I think they win the series in 6 or 7 games. I think Florida's a great team. I think Florida's a phenomenal team. But I like what I've seen from the Oilers the whole playoff run. And again, I'm not a hockey guy, so take my opinion with a fine grain of salt.
Hey, I also laugh when you say that because what happened to our Sharks when they would go out and dominate, only get 1 goal, we fucking lose. So
yeah, and the similar reasoning why is because Nabokov wasn't him come playoff time, and don't get me wrong, I think Florida definitely Bobrovsky is a way better goalie than Skinner. I mean, I think everybody agrees with that. Bobrovsky by far and away, that's where Florida probably has the biggest edge. That and defense obviously is their 2 biggest edges. But I think Edmonton has kind of, the way they played defensively against the Stars and in the series before that against Vancouver, I think they showed a lot. And Vancouver is one of the best offensive teams in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
So it gave me more confidence in the Oilers than previously. So we'll see what happens. We got game 2 on Monday night. I will be backing the Oilers. I have a series price on them, so I probably won't actually play it. I'll probably obviously just
we know.
Well, I think they win. I need them to win. I have the series. I have them to win the series. So honestly, if I was smart, I would play the Panthers money line. But I don't. I'm just gonna sit back and hopefully watch fucking Oregon State last out. Their best player is up to the fucking plate. Travis Bazana, MLB #1 draft pick coming up. Well, I should say a lot of people say that. I don't know if that's going to be the case. But we have a future on Oregon State. We need Bazana to come in here. We need him to hit a fucking dinger right here, Ben. Oh, double. Get home. Oh, they're holding him at third.
How many outs?
Hold on. Something's going on. I think the pitcher threw his glove at fucking Bazana because he only got to first. 2 outs. Runners on first and third, but Bazana was going to third and ran into the pitcher or something happened, but the umpire's talking to the manager of the Oregon State Beavers. I don't know what's going on. Oh, umpires are getting together. Let's see a replay here. Sorry for everyone listening. If you're listening to the podcast, especially, this is a very important game to us. we need Oregon State to win to stay alive. This is important. Bazana roped. God, if he just got under it a little bit, dude, that shit was out of the park. Oh yeah, the first baseman hit him, dude. That should be interference. That's interference.
Not a reviewable play.
Probably. Been getting a lot of those in baseball. All right, while they're going on, we'll continue. Let's talk about Major League Baseball because we got a lot to talk about. Ben, did you send the link to Irv?
No, I don't have it. I don't have it on my phone.
Let me pull up my messages so I can send it. All right. Trying to.
Oh, they're reviewing it.
Oh, they are reviewing it. I mean, he clearly fucking got in the way. I don't know if he would have made it to second or not, but he definitely got in the way. That's not even. I don't even think that's questionable.
Yeah, and it was unintentional, but
he did get in the way.
Yeah. And that changes it because instead of a force at first and second, you've got a force only at first.
Yeah. God, why are my messages not opening up on here? All right.
I might be able to send it. Oh, let's see.
Oh, I can send it now. I got you if you can't.
They're saying he only has to stay at first.
Yeah, I think so. I can't, since I don't have the audio on. I don't understand the call. But now the Kentucky coach is coming out. He's making a pitching change after fucking D throws 3 pitches. Oh my God, this is drama at its highest level. Come on, Beavers. Fuck. All right. So let's talk some Major League Baseball, Ben.
Yep.
All right.
Baseball.
Irv's coming on.
Do we want Irv in here to talk Dodgers Yankees?
Well, that's probably the only reason why he's joining is because it's the first time all fucking year you could like say something positive about the shitty ass fucking Dodgers. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
How we doing? Where are you?
I'm doing good. I'm at work.
Oh man, with the blue walls, man. Your sweatshirt blends in.
I'm surprised you don't have a Dodgers hat on too.
Yeah.
You know the craziest thing? I hate hats. I don't wear hats, but I got plenty of Dodger jerseys.
It's because your head's tiny.
You should have had another Shohei jersey, but
Jesus Christ.
Little Buster over here, not you. There you go.
Hey, there we go. All right,
now we can't see anything.
So we're
all blue. Now it's all blue.
So we're just first thing we're going to talk about is the Dodgers Yankees series. So obviously the biggest series of the year. Yankees best team in the American League, Dodgers best team in the National League. Go head to head. Dodgers take the series 2-1. Although there was no Juan Soto for the Yankees, so there is a caveat in there a little bit. But Irv, as a Dodgers fan, I'll give you the floor first. You know, what was your takeaway from that series, at least from a Dodgers perspective, and what you think of your team going forward?
Oh, it was a good series win. I would have liked it more if they had Juan Soto because it would have been more of an even playing field. It would have been the first time since 1983 they said that 6 potential Hall of Famers are on the field at the same time. So missing Juan Soto does hurt the Yankees, but I would have loved to get the sweep. It sucks to lose the game with our best, our 1A pitcher on the mound. The day Tyler Glasnow do get some run support, he gives up that short porch twice in Skanky Stadium, so I had to live with that one. But other than that, good series win. I can't complain.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously I played the Dodgers the first 2 games. I played the Yankees tonight. And I did think it was a huge series for the Dodgers considering how bad they've been playing lately. I thought it was really important for them to win the series. And, I text Ben on, what day was that, Ben? Thursday? When I told you to take the Dodgers alt run. Was that Wednesday or Thursday?
That was Thursday.
Thursday. And I was listening to an interview with Jason Hayward. I was listening to the Dodgers radio, actually, before the game. And they interviewed Jason Hayward, who obviously didn't play on Thursday, which is why he was being interviewed. And he said, he was saying, they asked him a question. They asked him, what's the difference between this year and last year? Because last year seemed to just be so easy. And like the Dodgers just went out there and just crushed teams. And this year, the Dodgers haven't been, as consistent. And Jason Hayward said, this year is a little bit different. Like, we get everybody's best. Like, we're everybody's World Series, basically. So every team comes out and they're gunning for us. They're giving us their 100%. They want to beat us. And I think and he said that he thought it was a little bit, that the team hasn't reacted to it as much. Like, whereas they're kind of just like, we're, kind of going through the motions. Yeah, he struck out, dude. Fucking looking, by the way.
Damn.
Fucking garbage ass Beavers, dude. Fucking sorry ass fucking team, dude. Fuck these guys. Anyways, but he was saying that, like, basically, like, we have to get our shit together during the regular season. And obviously they went out, they won 11-7 that day. And then they won 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. And I do think that having won, I will say my biggest takeaway from this series is that the Yankees are pretty pedestrian without fucking Juan Soto. Like, he really changes that lineup, dude. As good as Aaron Judge is, I mean, Stanton was like, I don't even think he had a hit in the series.
Stanton, I was just looking at some of the games. Stanton did not have a hit in the series.
Yeah, he was terrible, and he's hitting behind Judge. And, like, it got to the point today where, like, Judge hit that solo home run to make it 6-4. And I'm like, bro, if I'm the Dodgers, like, I'm just fucking take your base, bro. Like I'll pitch to Stanton right behind you, dude.
Don't pitch to Stanton.
Yeah. And that's a problem without having Soto, is because Soto's in front of Judge. So, like, when Soto gets on base, it's like, okay, you kind of have to pitch to Judge a little bit because you don't want 2 runners on. And I think that kind of changes the dynamics of everything. So my biggest takeaway was that the Yankees are really reliant on their starting pitching, which I think is pretty mediocre in the grand scheme of things. And they're reliant on Soto and Judge. Like, that's my biggest takeaway from the whole series. Because the Dodgers sorry, Ben, real quick. The Dodgers, they won those first 2 games without having Mookie, Freddie, or Ohtani.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Be great.
It's exactly what I had. So shut up.
Oh, shit.
Game 1, top 3 players, 1 for 11. Game 2, even when they won 11-3, 4 for 13.
Yep. Teoscar Hernandez looked like the best player on the field.
Teoscar Hernandez was the best player on the field this series.
Him or Judge. Judge had like 3 home runs this series.
Judge did have, yeah.
He's on a tear, bro, by the way. He's like fucking incredible what he's doing right now, which I think is kind of going like under the radar.
And I think if you're the Dodgers, that's a huge takeaway from this. Sorry, Jordan, I shouldn't have told you to shut the fuck up, but shut the fuck up. If you're the Dodgers, I think that's a huge takeaway from this series is you had a struggling top 3 players. Really top 4 if you're looking at Will Smith.
He didn't have this series either.
No.
Today's game, he was pretty terrible.
Yep. And you still won that series against the best team right now in the AL.
Yep. Agreed.
So that's huge.
And
you got good pitching this weekend. Even today, I mean, Glasnow had what?
You gave up 5.
Oh, no, he had 5 earned. Okay, never mind.
You gave a 3-run dinger to Trent Grisham, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, but I mean, Stone, 5 2/3, 2 earned.
Yeah, Stone looked good.
Yeah, and then you had Yamamoto, 7 innings, no earned, 2 hits. So if you're the Dodgers, you're happy that you won 2 games without Shohei, Freeman, or Mookie.
I think another good takeaway for the Dodgers too, Ben, you kind of alluded to it, was their bullpen looked good. And a big part of why, and I think a huge thing for the Dodgers going forward is Vesia looks fucking great. And he's looked pretty fucking good all year. And that's just another weapon once they get once they get completely healthy, because then you got like 4 high leverage relievers once you get Gratterall back. If you get Gratterall back.
Vesey only pitched yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean, he fucking struck out the top of the. Yeah, he's been hella good all season. He struck out the top of the lineup, dude. Like, he went in there in a high leverage spot and fucking got out of the jam, which I think is fucking ginormous, dude. Because you can never have too many high leverage relievers, and they're huge if you could shorten the game. If you have 4 high leverage relievers, you really only need your starter to go 5 innings. And if you have a lead, you can close the fucking door, you know. And I'm talking playoffs. I'm not talking regular series, because regular series is a little different because you have so many games that some days you got guys up, some days they are down, you know what I mean? But when you go into a playoff series, you got your guys for a whole series because the day's off, right? So, you know, you basically have your high leverage guys up every game. So if you have 4 high leverage guys, I mean, dude, you're closing the door so early that you basically eliminate a lot. All you need is a lead after 5 and it's curtains, dude. Mm-hmm. So with Vesia being that 4th guy, that's huge, dude, as far as a playoff series goes. Because then you don't even need your starter to, like, you're out there telling your starter, especially with that offense, bro, we just need you to go out there 5 innings and fucking, you know, just keep us in the game, dude. Just keep us in the game. We'll be okay, right? I think it's huge. I think it's huge for the Dodgers.
They did that 2 nights in a row.
Yep. I think it's fucking massive for the Dodgers. And if I'm a Dodgers fan, if I'm the Dodgers, the franchise going forward, it makes me a little more comfortable in the sense that, like, hey, we probably really only need to go out and get a shortstop and we'll be okay. Because I think both defensively and offensively, they need a shortstop, because Mookie's not a good defensive shortstop. And nobody wants to talk about it, but he's fucking terrible, dude. He's terrible defensively as shortstop. He's not a shortstop.
Yeah, he's a second baseman.
Yeah, which is why they need a shortstop. Like, they absolutely need a shortstop.
No.
Shortstop's the most important position defensively. Like, you can't have a bad defensive shortstop.
Yep. Yep.
And and to be honest, like, Bo Bichette, like, I don't consider him a good defensive shortstop, but he's better than Mookie. And that's a huge upgrade. All right, so speaking of Bo Bichette and the Blue Jays, I want to talk about the trade market, or what might not be, because it's starting to look like teams aren't really going to be trading, because I mean 90% of the NL is still in the wild card hunt, dude.
Oh yeah. I think we're still too early.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's so many. Obviously, it's still early, Ben, but like, these teams are hovering like so close together. Like in the NL, like the Marlins and Rockies are out of it. Okay, we can all agree on that. But then you got the rest of the league that is all in the playoff hunt.
Yeah,
you got 13 out of 15 teams that are in the playoff hunt.
You have 4 teams tied for that final spot in the National League.
Yeah,
wild card. So
none of these teams are, and to speak on the AL, you know, the AL has basically 3 teams that are out of it, and then everybody else is in it. And it's like a team like the Blue Jays, who, like, we all know fucking suck. Like, they're not gonna make the playoffs. They're in last place in their fucking division. They're still in the playoffs.
2 games out of the wild card. Yeah,
only 2 games out of the wild card. Like, so who's actually going to be buyers? And I think the trade market's really slimming down. Like, and I think that's why the White Sox, Bob Nightingale reported today that the White Sox are looking for a Juan Soto type deal that the Nationals got for Luis Robert. And if I'm the White Sox,
he's not a Juan Soto type player though.
But hear me
he's
out.
Good,
hear me out.
But he's not a Juan Soto type player, especially because of his injury prone.
Well, I think when healthy, he is like one of the best hitters in baseball.
When was the last time he's been healthy for a long term?
Last year he played 145 games, but that's not here nor there. However, and he hit almost 40 home runs, but that's here nor there. My point is that if I'm the White Sox, you know, I'm basically myself, the Angels, the A's, and the Rockies and Marlins are probably the only teams trading anyone, and I probably got the best player. If we're keeping it a buck, like, I got the best player available in Luis Robert. of all these teams. So yes, I am going to go and try and get as much as I can because I can do that.
Yeah. 21 games. 68 games in 2021, 98 games in 2022. Did have 145 last year. Only 11 so far this year.
Isn't it crazy? I knew he played 145 right off the top of my head.
Because you were looking at it.
No, I'm not even looking at it right now.
38 homers, 1 triple, 36 doubles, 144 hits.
Yeah, the guy's one of the best hitters in baseball. But like you said, when he's healthy. And that's a big caveat. But he's also under club control for 3 more years. So, you're not paying him fucking buku bucks for that kind of production when he is healthy. And I mean, just look at how he's been. He's come back from the IL for the White Sox. And I think the White Sox are a winning team when he plays. I think they're actually above 500 in the last week and a half that he's been playing.
They are not.
They just won the series. Oh no, they lost today.
No,
they're
2-8 in their last 10.
Okay.
Not even.
I thought they won the series against Boston, but I do remember they did lose today.
Yeah. Does he make them a better team? Yes, absolutely. But I mean, your biggest strength is your availability, and he does not have that availability. That's what worries me about.
That is the concern, yes.
That's what worries me about someone, even thinking about giving. That's why they're not going to get a Juan Soto type player, and they're going to be sitting in limbo. A Juan Soto type return, and they're going to be sitting in limbo for the next 5 years because they don't have anybody to complement him.
Think about it like this: if a team trades for Lubob, chances are they're a good team, right? They're a playoff contender, and they can DH him more often than not, which eliminates injury risk, right? The White Sox don't really have that. They don't have that. They don't have that. What's it called? That luxury because they don't really have depth, right? So like they have to like play him in the outfield when he's there. But I do think that like there's teams that could use him right now, like the Atlanta Braves, obviously without Acuna. Mm-hmm. They also have you also have the Dodgers could probably use another outfielder.
Yeah, but if you're the Braves, you're asking him to play every day because you don't have Acuna.
But you could still, you could DH.
He's not a DH.
Yeah, but you could still.
If you go to Atlanta, he needs to be playing.
No, because they could still play like Kalenic in the fucking outfield when he comes back, and I mean they still have decent outfielders defensively. They're missing Acuna's bat more than anything. I mean the team can't they can't score.
I think they're missing both offensive and defensive Acuna.
I mean Acuna plays right field now. He's not even playing center field, and
So does Lubob.
Michael Harris is one of the best center fielders in baseball.
Yeah, I guess Lubob's in center, huh?
Yeah. But I mean, to be honest, the Braves don't really have the prospects to trade for Lubob, which I think takes them out. But you have teams like, and hear me out. I think the Orioles would be best suited for Lubob and Garrett Crochet. Like if I'm Mike Eliash, I'm being like, bro, like, first of all, you call Heston Kjerstad and you barely play him. He's a top fucking 50 prospect. Call Connor Norby, you barely fucking play him, right? Trade him. 2 top 50 prospects, trade them and Cedric Mullins. So, I mean, the White Sox get an everyday center fielder right now, even though he can't hit. And throw in a couple lower level prospects and get Lubob and Garrett Crochet. That solves your need for starting pitching. It solves your need for an outfielder because Austin Hayes and Cedric Mullins have both been very inconsistent all season. And, you're not going to play those young guys this year anyways because you don't trust them to play for a team in a division race. So why not go get Lubob and Garrett Crochet when you need starters? You need a starter with John Means and Dean Kramer out, and we don't know. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Means is out for the year. We don't know about Kramer yet. We don't know when he's going to be back. So you get a top-of-the-line rotation starter. So then you have a playoff series. You have Grayson Rodriguez, Corbin Burns, Bradish, and you got a fourth guy in fucking Garrett Crochet. That's a nasty fucking line. That's a nasty rotation, dude. Like, bro, I would do the Orioles would be unstoppable if I ran that team, bro.
Yep.
Like, what's the point? Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
No. Go ahead. Finish it because I got another interesting landing spot.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what's the point of, like, hanging on to these prospects if you don't want to call them up and play them? Or when you do call them up, you don't play them. Like, what's the point? Yeah. You're fine trotting fucking Austin Hayes and Cedric Mullins out there. Like, go get a MLB guy like Lubob who fucking rakes when he's healthy. And you can even afford, like, even if he goes down for a little bit, like, you're good. You know, you just need him healthy for the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
Where's your landing spot?
Interesting one that I just read about. Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good ball club.
What's that?
It's a great ball club right now.
Yeah, it's a great butt plug. Butt plug. It would cause the butt plug to be stopped in center field.
But I mean, Freeman's been pretty good.
Freeman has been good, but they're talking about his bat. He's got a 212 average and a 298 OBP.
Yeah, but for some reason he hits fucking the most clutch home runs. Like today, he had a 3-run home run when they were tied 2-2. Yep. Like the dude hits the most fucking clutch home runs I've ever seen. Every fucking time he hits a home run, it's like clutch.
Yeah, they've got. Oh, sorry, pulling a nerve. They've got the trade package. This Reimer suggested a trade package centered around Manzardo.
See, I wouldn't do that. Along
with Jason Churio and Juan Brito.
I would not do that. And here's my reason why is because the Guardians are already succeeding as is, and a big reason why is because their bullpen is so fucking elite. Mm-hmm. If I'm the Guardians, I'm more looking at going to get a starter than a bat. Although I do think, and I keep saying this and it hasn't happened, I'm like, dude, at some point the Guardians are going to regress. Like, they're the best team hitting with runners in scoring position. It hasn't. They're literally the fucking Rangers from last year. But if I'm the Guardians, like, my main target is going out and getting a fucking bona fide ace because you don't really have that right now. Because Gavin Williams and Bieber are hurt. Mm-hmm. They don't have an ace.
And they're done for the season, right?
Yeah. Like, your best starter right now might be fucking Tanner Bybee. Well, it's actually Ben Lively, but I mean, like, is Ben Lively going to keep doing this shit?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, if I'm the fucking Guardians, like, my main focus is Jesus Luzardo in Miami. I would say Garrett Crochet, but, like, are the White Sox really interested in trading within the division? I don't know. Maybe baseball seems to be like they don't really care.
Not anymore. Yeah.
They seem to trade within the division pretty often, but
no, it's just for the best prospects available.
Yeah.
Give me the package. I don't care where he goes.
I would have said Paul Blackburn, but he's hurt. He should be back in the next couple of weeks, so which could be beneficial as far as like someone trading for him. I do think that Miami. Well, obviously Garrett Crochet is obviously the best starter available if he is available. We know teams have been calling about him. We don't know if the White Sox are really listening. But Jesus Luzardo is supposed to be supposedly available. Garrett Crochet. Who else? I mean, I wouldn't want a fucking single pitcher on the fucking Rockies. So that's. I mean, Austin Gomber is cool. The Angels, I mean, they might end up trading Reed Detmers And Detmer's got nice stuff, dude. And if you can just get his head right, I think that could be a fucking. Honestly, the Guardians would be a great landing spot for a guy like Detmer's because the Guardians do wonders with arms.
Yeah.
And Reed Detmer's thing right now is it's all in his fucking head, dude. Because he reminds me like of a poor man's Framber in the sense where like he obviously doesn't have Framber's stuff, but he does have elite stuff, dude. Like he's a good fucking pitcher. It's just when things don't go his way, he like fucking crumbles, dude. And he starts walking hella dudes and then he gives up fucking dingers. But I think if the right team, like the Phillies, for example, not that the Phillies need another starter, but if the Phillies were to get a hold of Reed Detmers, like that's a team I think that would fucking get him turned around. The Orioles, I think, are another team that do wonders with pitchers like Albert Suarez. I mean, look at Albert Suarez, dude. He's been good for the Orioles, but man, if I'm the Guardians, bro, I'm being like, I mean, you sent Reed Detmers down to AAA, bro. Like, what do you want for him, dude? Like,
yeah,
shit, I'll give you like some couple of mid prospects. Give me Reed Detmers. You know, he's not having a great year, but if you turn him around, bro, he could definitely be a top of the line starter. And you don't got to give up much for him. The Cardinals are another team I could see doing that, Ben. Getting a guy like Reed Detmers or Patrick Sandoval. It's a lot
interesting. Fucking Bleacher Report. The top 2 of the top 4 pitcher. What is this? Pitcher interests for which pitchers may be dealt at the trade deadline. Snell and Robbie Ray.
Well, Snell's definitely not getting in. I mean, Robbie Ray's not either. Neither of them are healthy.
Exactly.
I mean, if Snell was healthy and the Giants were out of it, he would obviously attract attention for the simple fact that like he's only on a 1-year deal and he can opt into it next year. Which I mean would scare me in the sense of a team. But if he had a good playoff run, he would obviously opt out.
Yeah.
So, I mean that's the enticing part about that. But he's not healthy, so. And the Giants are in a fucking wild card race, so I don't know
exactly. That's why I'm just like, this is pretty dumb article. Thank you, Bleacher Report.
Yeah, I don't know why they would fucking entertain that shit. Like, I'm just curious if there's gonna be a team like the Nationals, dude. Where like, and I've talked about this before, where they're just like, okay, like we're in the hunt, dude. We're only 1.5 games out, you know, but. Are we really gonna make any noise in the playoffs? Probably not, dude, because we're so young, you know. So why don't I trade, you know, a veteran or two that I can get something for, and build to my young core, and then go sign some guys in the offseason and then kind of make a push next year, kind of like the Orioles did in 2022. Like the Nationals are like the one team I could see like being like that.
Yeah,
all the other teams. You know, the Rangers, they're going to try to make the playoffs in the AL. They're built for the playoffs right now. Diamondbacks, obviously, coming off that World Series run last year, they're going to try to make the playoffs in the NL. Pittsburgh Pirates could be another team like the Nationals. Like, are we really going to make some noise? I don't know. You do have Paul Skeens and Jared Jones, which is making a push for the best 1-2 punch in baseball already, even though they're both fucking rookies. But they might hit a rookie wall. You know, so are we as the Pirates, are we going to fucking really, do we want to add to this club knowing that we probably aren't going to make a run? Who knows? But at the same time, Ben, we have seen teams like Baltimore who were so close last year, and Mike Elias was like, you know what, I'm not really going to add because I don't want to lose my prospects, and, you know, and then this year they're worse. You know what I mean? Like, we see that so often in sports. You got to take advantage of your time when your time is up because you never know if you're going to get back there.
Yep, exactly. Well, that's something. There's a couple teams on that edge where I think they could, you know, they could look at it in saying like, okay, I think the Nationals, I think because of the division that they're in, they're not really out of the wild card hunt, but they're not really in the wild card hunt anymore. But there are some teams that are in the wild card.
They're only 1.5 games out of the wild card.
At 30 and 35?
Yeah. The Mets are 28-36 and 3 games out, dude.
Yeah.
That's how bad the NL is right now.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like the Nationals are one of the better teams. Like when you look at the teams in the wild card race, like the Cubs, the Reds, the Giants, the Cardinals, Pirates, Diamondbacks, Nationals, like the Nats are up there, dude. Like that's a good ball club.
But
they're really young.
Right. Exactly. They're really young, and I think they're a year or two away. And that for them to be right there is, I think, a huge win for them right now. If they're even able to sneak a wild card spot, if they're able to just be in the hunt at the end of the year, I think that's a winning season for them.
Yeah.
Because they know that they're in a rebuild, and they know that that's the process that they have to take. The teams that I'm talking about who, aren't necessarily out right now, but could potentially be there within 2 weeks, but because they're trending in the wrong way. That's the Chicago Cubs. I think that's a team that we might see.
But they're such a big market, dude. Like, they're not going to tank, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that they're going to tank, but they could be quiet sellers at the trade deadline.
I don't know. I think they could be one of those teams that, like, trades you an MLB-ready guy for an MLB-ready guy for, like, things you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have a plethora of starting pitching, right? I'll give you a starter for a fucking reliever, or a reliever and a position player. Like, I think that's the kind of moves I could see the Cubs making. Only because they're like, I mean, when you talk about Major League Baseball, like the Cubs, the Cardinals, the Braves, the Yankees, and the Red Sox are like, and the Phillies. They're like the biggest teams, dude. Like, if they have a chance to make the playoffs, and if they're even near the hunt, like, they're gonna make moves to be in the hunt, dude. They're not gonna fucking. They're not gonna sell.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've just talked about this on Thursday. Not much has happened within these 3 days since we talked about it, which is the rough part, and not much is going to happen until we talk about it on Tuesday again.
I don't think much is going to happen until the trade deadline. I mean,
the end of the month, yeah.
Well, we're 60 to 70 games into the season, and like, this is where we're at, and I think that's where we're going to be at. Like, I just think the NL sucks, and there's a lot of teams, and to be fair, like a team like Cincinnati hasn't been healthy. They're starting to get healthy, and look at what they're doing. They're 8-2 in their last 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we expected the Reds to be in the playoffs, and I think they're going to be in the playoffs. I think that's a really fucking good team, and they're starting to get healthy. They don't even have Matt McClain back, and once they get Matt McClain, I think things really change for that team. So I think they're going to be sellers. The Padres, I mean, that lineup is one of the best lineups in baseball, not just the National League. Like, it's an incredible lineup with.
They were another team that I saw for a possibility for Lubaugh.
But I mean, their farm's like gone, dude. Like, I don't really know. What are you gonna trade? You gonna trade Solace? I mean, they're gonna have to. But they need a starter, because you don't know what's up with Musgrove, and you don't know what's up with Darvish.
Yep.
And Michael King.
No.
Garrett Crochet.
No, the Phillies, not the Padres.
Yeah, because Brandon Marsh is hurt.
Yep.
And like, their offense, like, has been very inconsistent. They won that Brewers series, and they only scored 7 total runs, and they swept the series because they held the Brewers to 2 runs. Yep. And is that sustainable? I don't know. And like, they have a really good offensive players, obviously, with Bryce Harper, Bryson Stott, Alec Boehm, Schwarber, and Trey Turner's been hurt. So once you get Turner back, that's a huge boost, right? But and on the flip side, if you're a Phillies fan, you're looking at it and you're saying, like, man, Schwarber hasn't played very well all year. Harper hasn't played very well all year, and we're still the best team in baseball.
Yeah, Trey Turner's been hurt.
And Trey Turner's been hurt, and we're still the best team. So, if you can add something to that lineup, like a Lubaugh, I mean, that lineup's just devastating. The bullpen is fucking excellent. Yeah. And the starting rotation is the best starting rotation in baseball.
And you don't have to have a good pitching staff when you're putting up 15 runs a game.
Yeah.
That they'd be doing when all of their players are healthy.
You would hope.
Yeah.
You would hope. I mean, I definitely think the Phillies are the best team in baseball. I don't even think that's in question, dude. Mm-hmm. I think they're the best team, hands down. What else? Yeah, I mean, I just think there's a lot like you said, the Cubs. Like I think the Cubs overperformed the first month, and we're seeing the real Cubs now. This is who I think the Cubs were always going to be all year. Like I think their lineup is very mid. I think their starting rotation is very mid. They just overperformed, and their bullpen fucking blows, which is huge, major question mark. I think the Brewers are a really fucking good team. That lineup is excellent. They got like 8 guys that could steal a bag at any time, which is unbelievable, and they're good contact hitters. When you put the ball in play and you got guys that are fast, good things happen. You know, William Contreras and Rhys Hoskins are like the only guys that can't steal a bag for you. But that's a good ball club. They're starting, and that's another team that needs a starter, Ben, because they got guys that are hurt.
Who's this? Sorry,
The Brewers.
Yep,
they need a starter bad because Glasser's hurt now, and he might need Tommy John. He's going for like a third opinion, dude. If you need 3 opinions, bro, you probably need Tommy John.
Yeah. Well, and that kind of makes me wonder, like, are they kicking themselves for letting Corbin go?
Probably, but I mean, they got Joey Ortiz, and Joey Ortiz looks really fucking good.
Yeah, but I don't think they thought they'd be in this situation that they're in.
Sure, but I mean, Joey Ortiz is a huge boost to that offense, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
He's been massive. Like, he's a big part of why they are good offensively, because it's crazy because, like, their offense, like, aside from, like, William Contreras and what's his face, left fielder, oh my god, Christian Yelich, like, they don't really have a bunch of guys that, like, you know of, but, like, Bryce Harang is fucking a legit leadoff guy. Blake Perkins, looks really fucking good. And then Joey Ortiz, obviously, like, that's a good ball club, dude. Like, they just make contact and they put the ball in play, dude. And they got a bunch of fast guys, so they steal bags and they fucking go first to third hella easy. So it makes things a lot easier. And I think obviously they need a starter though. Like, they're going to be a team that's definitely in the market for a starter. The Mariners, they've been in first place in the AL West basically all season, Ben, but like they're only 37-30. They don't score a lot of runs. Like, they really rely on their starting rotation to keep them in ball games. But I mean, if you're the Mariners, you're looking in the rearview mirror, and the Rangers and Astros are like literally right behind you. Like, they're not that far away. Like, they both been playing. I mean, the Astros were one of the worst teams in baseball in April.
Yep.
I think the Rangers do suck. I don't think the Rangers have a chance of catching them, to be honest.
Yeah.
The Astros are the only team I'd be worried about. But the Mariners, and now you got Ty France on the IL with the fucking fractured heel. I mean, dude,
yeah.
Like, that's a team that can't afford losing. And France hasn't been great, but like, you can't even afford that, dude. Like, you can't afford to lose that shit. It's gonna be an interesting trade deadline, man. I love baseball.
Wow.
What?
Start of the season, Phillies to win the NL East plus 300.
So we got it out, yep.
Yep. Now they're minus 400.
Yeah, because of all the injuries and they're so far up.
Yep. And then I was looking at futures, and the Phillies are the 3rd likeliest team to win the World Series.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're the Dodgers and the Yankees, which are going to be publicly bet.
Yep. So I'm wondering, like, do we take the plus 550 now?
I mean,
I don't think it's going to get any better.
It probably won't. But I mean, there is regret. Like, dude, they're playing at a 45-20 pace. So I mean, they're playing at what? Fucking 115 win pace. I don't know if that's sustainable. 110 win pace. I don't know how sustainable that is. I mean, they are the best team, dude.
I don't think it's that far off.
I don't. But
I don't know if there's going to be any time where we're going to get better numbers than plus 550.
Nah, yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, just it's so rare that the best team during the regular season wins the fucking World Series. And October is so weird. Yeah, I mean, when's the last time last year the fucking the Rangers won the World Series? I mean, they barely made the playoffs. They almost missed the playoffs.
They were dealing with injuries at the end of the year, then got people healthy. But the first half of the year,
they also regressed a lot to the norm.
Best team in baseball at this point last year. 70 games in. Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that team barely made the playoffs, bro. Like, barely made the playoffs. The year before that, the Astros won. They weren't the best team during the regular season. The Yankees were. And they beat the Yankees in the series.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not, like, I do think the Phillies are built for the playoffs.
I think maybe the only time that we'll see a better value for them is that trade deadline, if the Dodgers add.
Yeah,
but they will probably also add as well.
I mean, I don't think it's terrible value right now. Might throw some beer money on it.
Some shekels.
All right, let's get some best bets for tomorrow.
Here we go.
Putting it in right now. Come on. There it is. Okay. I got 3 bets for us. We're gonna go. No, one's for Tuesday. We'll go for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna go game 2. We are gonna go with it is the favorite here, so I think you are going to have to lay the puck line, and you're gonna go with Florida. I think they're gonna come out a little more quicker on the line here. Sorry, I'm pulling up the line right now. I thought I wrote it down, but I did not. Go. They are sitting at minus 140 right now, which I don't think is great value.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad if you think they're gonna win.
Yeah, puck line is sitting at plus 175. It's a little too much, but you got to think about it. You have the empty net goal in the first game. I'd probably do a full unit on the minus 140, and then I'd put a half unit on the puck line at plus 175. I think you always have to worry about in the playoffs, especially when you're getting late into it. The teams they don't want to go down 2-0, and 2, you don't have that opportunity, to go play another day too often. So I think you can definitely do a full unit on the money line, half unit on the puck line. We're also going to go Tuesday. We're going to go game 3. We're going to go Dallas first half. You're looking at the line right there. I think you wait until until right before game time. You were talking that it will probably have plus value there. And if you're taking the spread, and so Dallas first half probably minus 1, minus 2, or sorry, plus 1, plus 2, and I think they're going to come out big at home for game 3. And then we're doing it Phillies futures plus 550.
And you're doing Dallas plus, what was it, plus 2?
Whatever the spread is for the first half.
And then what was the last one?
Phillies plus 550 to win the series.
Dang, we gotta wait a long time for that best bet. I'm going. I got 2 best bets for tomorrow. So I like the A's plus 185 tomorrow. Joey Estes on the mound facing. He's going to be opposing Dylan Cease. Padres play down to their competition fairly often, especially at home. Padres coming off a loss. I just think this is pretty good value. Joey Estes has been pretty nice this year. So for half a unit, I'll throw A's plus 185 in there. And then I like the Yankees to win tomorrow, minus 122. I think the Yankees, Carlos Rodon on the mound going against Seth Lugo. Seth Lugo got knocked around a little bit by the Twins last start. He's got more regression coming. The dude has an unbelievable, unsustainable left on base percentage of over 88%, which is just insane at this point of the year. And I think Juan Soto comes back tomorrow as well. The Yankees got all their high leverage guys. The Royals have really struggled against good teams, so I think the Yankees actually smack the shit out of the Royals tomorrow. So I like the Yankees tomorrow to win.
You gonna put some money on the run line there if they're smacking the shit out of them?
I will probably bet the run line. I'll probably bet some alt run line too, minus 2.5. I do think the Yankees take care of business tomorrow, dude. I think they blow them out of the water, bro.
Run line is plus 130 for minus 1.5. Keep me updated on that. I'll throw some shekels.
Yeah, I think the Yankees, and I fucking hate the Yankees, but I do think that they blow the Royals out of the water tomorrow.
Kansas City, how they hit against lefties, but
Kansas City, they struggled against lefties.
Kansas City versus lefties. They do not struggle against lefties.
111 WRC plus, but some of their best hitters are lefties.
Yeah.
So it changes some things.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, just
A's, Yankees, and what was the other one?
A's and Yankees, that's it.
Oh, I thought you had 3. Sorry.
Nope, just those two.
There we go.
I also lean Brewers with Colin Ray on the mound against Barrios. I'll probably end up playing it. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I haven't looked at baseball for tomorrow. That's why I do not have any baseball bets. And that's okay.
It is. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sweating out the Oregon State with us, which unfortunately didn't get home. Trash-ass Beavers. We will be back on Tuesday night. We're going to be talking U.S. Open. It's going to be a little different than our normal Tuesday night shows. But we'll be talking golf and definitely tap in with that. I've been doing pretty good in PGA this year, so definitely come hang out with us. U.S. Open is coming up this weekend, Father's Day weekend every year. Sheree always asks me, what do you want for Father's Day? And I always say, I just want to watch the U.S. Open.
There you go.
And last year, my favorite golfer was like in contention to win on the last day, which was like cool as fuck.
Yep.
Ricky Fowler. And this year, Ricky fucking stinks. So probably won't be betting Ricky for that to be out there. But yeah, man, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Sharps app, SHARPZ, promo code Jord517. Download it to your mobile device. Use it to track your bets. Become a better. Thank you. Go do it now. Sharps app, SHARPZ. Follow us on Twitter at Taproom_sports. Follow myself at Jordan Rules TSP. You can follow us on Instagram at Taproom Sports Podcast. We'll be back on Tuesday night. Thank you, everybody. Have a great Monday. Be easy. Peace.
Later.